Hello students, good morning. This is the video on active voice to passive voice where we'll see 10 problems or 10 statements, different types of statement which are oftenly asked in competitive exams. So let us start active voice to passive voice. First of all, what is voice in grammar? You know that's a active and passive. There are two types of voice. In active voice, the structure is in active voice, that's a subject, verb and object. This is the word order in active voice. Means subject who does work is called doer, right? So here a doer is given importance. First place is of doer. Please keep in mind. And that is why who is active here? Doer is active. Please keep in mind. And doer does something to doer. Why he is doer? Because he does action. And he does something for the object. So this is called active voice. And what is passive voice? Passive voice means suppose A is doer and B is receiver, or A is subject and B is object. Suppose A gives book to B. So A is giving book. So that's a giving means A is doing action for B. So B becomes object. Now in passive voice, first step is that both the places object and subject, this is the object, so it becomes subject now, and this is subject becomes object. First rule of active voice to passive voice. But in between there are two major changes which you should keep in mind always. Two changes takes take place in active to passive. This is second and third rule. Please keep in mind. I'm speaking, listen carefully. Fourth rule, by is not too much important. Sometime it happens. But these two golden rules always keep in mind. What are they? I'm telling you. I have to delete and then I'm telling you here. Okay. So first is, as I told you, object become subject, subject become object. This is the first rule. Second, third rule I'm telling you. And fourth rule is by. Fifth rule is actually that's a subject. So I tell you first second rule. Second rule means helping verb. And third rule means third form of main verb. These are the golden rules. Please keep in mind. You have to use helping verb, along with helping verb will be followed by third form of main verb, which is also called past participle. For example, go, went, gone. So in passive voice, third voice means everywhere. If you are using go, so that will be gone. Go becomes gone. That's a very important part of passive voice. So this is the identification of passive voice. Passive voice is made up with two things mainly: helping verb, one of the helping verbs, and will be followed by third form of main verb. And what are the helping verb? You know that there are 24 helping verbs, right? If you have studied in your childhood days, 24 main verbs are unlimited, are uncountable, but 24 but helping verbs are countable, and they are 24. And if we remember set, let me tell you, so 24 helping verbs are first B form. So there are 8 B forms, in which 5 is, MR, was, were, right? Then Another set has, have, had, then do, does, did, right? And then eight models are also called helping verb. That's a will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might, right? So this way, if you count, these are the 24 helping verb. I have made a video on it. You can see 24 helping verb. Now come to the point. Here you have to take be form. This is helping verb, and here you have to take the be form of helping verb. So what are out of 8? You just have to remember 8 helping verbs. What are they? Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. I'm repeating, I can't write here, but I'm repeating. Is, am, are, 3 present tense, was, were, past tense, and 3 more, be, being, been, right? So one of the helping verbs you have to take, and past participle or third form of main verb. This is the structure of active to passive. So let me remind you once more. That's a first change is object and subject. Yes, fifth rule I couldn't discuss. Fifth rule is applicable when subject is pronoun, right? And especially subject is personal pronoun. So you know that there are 7 personal pronoun are there. I'm repeating. It's is, I, we. These are the 7 personal pronoun. You, then he, she. I'm repeating. These are the personal pronoun. I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. If sentence start from any one of these pronoun, then 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 object and subject, we were talking about object and subject. So that subject, if this subject start with this, then when it becomes object, means when it goes to object place, suppose sentence start with I, so here when it goes to the place of object, so it becomes me, because these are the subjective pronoun, and objective pronoun I becomes me, we becomes us, you is, you never change, you remains same, but he becomes him, she becomes her, it never changes, it remains same, and they becomes them. So whenever you take the subject to play in place of objects, so please change this form. Don't write I at last. I becomes me, so it will be me, we becomes us, like this. So this is the first rule. Second rule, one helping verb out of 8. Third rule, third form of main verb. And fourth rule, by fifth rule I have told you that in case sentence start with I, we, or subjective, these are called subjective pronoun. So when sentence start with any one of the pronoun of these 7, then form will be changed. I becomes me, we becomes, like this, right? Now take us let us take first sample or a statement. That's a very important imperative. Imperative sentences are very important for active voice, passive voice, and direct direct, indirect, because here in these types of sentences, rules are different. Normal rules don't applicable. So what is the imperative sentence? First of all, imperative sentences are order, request, right? Suggest, suggestion, right? And suggestion, order, request, and advice, right? Advice, suggestion, almost same, order, request, right? So for these sentences are called imperative sentences. For imperative sentences, rules of active voice to passive voice different. First rule is that you can remember this L, right? So LP, okay. I tell you, otherwise you'll get confused. So you just remember this is the this is the pattern, right? Of yes, this is the pattern of imperative sentences. Imperative sentence for especially for request and command. Sentence would start from let. Not all imperative sentences, that is just for command or request. Other the sentences come which are that's a suggestion, advice, and request. That is also the different kind of sentence. But okay, for a while you just remember for imperative sentence this is the format, this is the structure will be applicable. So that sentence would start, passive voice would start from let. Shut the door. Shut is S is the yeah, one more thing. In these sentences, structure is normal structure of active voice is subject, voice, verb and object. But for imperative sentence, no subject. Sentence start with directly start with verb, right? You can see that shut. Shut is the verb. So verb and object is that's a door. So sentence will be like this. Let, then the same. The door and then shut. Rules, I have told you that you have to bring the object first. So this is the object, it will come here. And then verb, right? So that verb will be shifted here. But the third form of shut is shut, 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 put. So some words have the same three forms are same of say three forms of verb are same. For example, shut, put. So all three forms are same, right? Present, past, future. So this is the first rule, that's a let the door be shut. I am giving you another example. Suppose close the window. So here answer will be passive voice, means let the window, drag here, let the window, and not by but be. This is the verb which is used here. And third form of close will be closed. Let the window be closed. Or another example I'm telling you, that's a write an application. Write an application. So here passive voice will be let an application be, and third form of write is written. Let an application be written. This way changes occurred in imperative sentence. Suppose sentence is request. Here sentence is like this: please shut the door. Keep in mind that for the sentence, every sentence which start with please or kindly, for such sentences this rule will not be applicable. You just have to start the sentence which have to convert the sentence which start with passive which start with please or kindly, So you just have to add one phrase that is called you are requested. You are requested. Requested. What the when sentence start with please or kindly. Kindly shut the door or please shut the door. So passive voice of such sentence will be you are requested to, and the same word order will be repeated. To shut the door. You are requested to shut the door. Suppose bring me a glass of water. Bring me a glass of water. Passive voice of this sentence is let let a glass of water. Let a glass of water. This is whole object. So let a glass of water be bring becomes brought for be. Or suppose please bring me a glass water. So then passive voice you are requested to bring me a glass of water. Just two. You are requested to. You just have to and then start repeat the same sentence. So this is something for imperative. Sentence with models. Models are will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might, must, have to, right? So what to do? Suppose must, should, ought to. Such words are called model. So you must hand over the keys to the warden. So of course, rule is that sir, you have to find out the object. Object is the keys. But here must or model will be followed by BEB. And third form of verb, that is fine. Two rules again I'm telling you that two rules are very important, that for every passivization you have to insert helping verb. And what helping verb is? MR, was, were, be. What are they? Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, or been. Out of 8, any one helping verb will be inserted in passivization. Passive sentence. You have to insert out of 1. Out of 8, 1. Here we will pick up this verb for models. BE. And for imperative also, earlier we have seen. And other rules will be same. What other rules? Two rule, that you have to drag, you have to bring object first, you have to take third form of the main verb. So that is applicable. How? First we will check that what's the subject here in this sentence. Subject is you. Must is verb. Hand over the keys. So handover, sorry, must is model. Handover is the main verb. And what is the keys? Rest of the sentence you should not bother, it will be repeated same as it is. So the key is object. So sentence would start of course with the object. Object will be dragged first, the key. Now question here is, here model is given, so the keys must be, right? B we have taken from 8 helping verb is am, are, was, were, be, being, be. But before B we have to use model. The keys must be, and then third form of handover is handed over, and then rest of the part I told you that the that will be the to the warden, and then by you. With this you, by you. Okay. So this is for model. Suppose you should apply, right? apply for the job. So you should apply. So uh, you should you should uh, you should give you should collect the tickets, right? You should collect the tickets. So the tickets the tickets should be collected by you. समझ रहे हो? This is the difference. Should be, and third form of collect will be collected. This change occurred when we change active to passive voice in case of model, because should is also model. Now moving to third sentence, sentences with prepositional verbs. The committee is looking into the matter. So this is the subjects sentences with prepositional verbs. Very important, prepositional verbs. So here the committee is looking into the matter. What the object matter? But looking, your focus should be on looking. Let me remind you again, is, am, are, was, were, and three more verbs are, these are the be, being, and been. So here you have to take ing wala form of verb, because here in this sentence ing is used. So here out of 8 we will pick up this form of verb, helping verb. So the matter is, because matter is singular, then extra helping verb being, look become, this the main verb, becomes third form of main verb looked, and into, looked into, that's the prepositional verbs. This is a preposition, looked into, and by the committee, by the committee. Very simple. This, the matter is being looked into. Looked into is the phrasal, that's a prepositional verb, looked into by the committee. Do not omit the preposition into when converting to passive. It stays attached to the verb, because this is a prepositional verb. That is why this is prepositional verb, because there is verb and there is preposition, and collectively it is called prepositional verbs. So I think it's very simple. Main thing is that when there is ing form or continuous form in a sentence, so you just have to pick up ing form of helping verb out of 8. Now next one is double objects. Yeah, very important. Sometime in a sentence there will be two objects. Then there are two passive voice, because one time one object, second time second object, you have to make two passive voice of two objects, double objects. Here let us see. He gave me, so he gave me first object 1, a beautiful bouquet object 2. So passivization of this sentence is a beautiful bouquet. First you have brought this object first, then gave, because of gave, out of 8 you have chosen was, and give become, sorry, and give become given, and here you have to add to me, right? This sorry, this me becomes to me, and he becomes by him. I'm repeating, little bit confused. A bouquet, a beautiful bouquet, Okay, then was given. Till here, there is no confusion. A beautiful bouquet, that's a object. Was is a helping verb. Given is a third form of main verb. But confusion is here because before me, you have to use to. Me will be adjusted here to me and he becomes by him. That's simple, right? Second, maybe like I was. Why? Because here you have taken this me first, right? So that will be I because me becomes I before verb. So I then was why because gave I was given. I was given because helping verb, same helping verb. In both the cases, you have to use same helping verb. So that will be the same and third form of main verb. But now a beautiful bouquet will be adjusted here. Beautiful bouquet by him. So keep you have to write. You have to do practice after writing. Reading, just listening and reading is not suffice. You have to write. So please write different sentences again and again, sentences of double objects and do practice. Right? They gave me a book. Suppose they gave me a book. A book. Here again, this sentence is of two object 1 and object 2. So changes this example. First, in first passive voice there will be two passive voice. In first, I and gave, because of gave was, gave becomes given a book by them. Sentence will be I was given a book by them. In second case, you can pick up this a book, right? A book. Sentence was they gave me a book. So a book is given by them. We have done. I was given a book by them. This is done. Now a book was given is always was given to me by them. Now I think you must have understood double objects for double objects, double passivization. Now moving to next one, interrogative, very important. Interrogative means question mark. Who? When sentence ends with question mark, interrogative. So for interrogative, who wrote the masterpiece? So please take care who becomes by whom. And according to this form, this is passive, this is second form of verb, and that is why was, that is the helping verb. Now this masterpiece written, actually sentence is like this masterpiece was written and by whom, written by whom, so that by whom was, by whom was this master, this was will become after by whom, written. So by whom this masterpiece was written, remember this way, this masterpiece was written. Then when by whom, when you convert who into by whom, then bring this uh, this was, I told you this masterpiece was written. So This was somewhere here. So you just bring was after by whom. Because question format you must have uh, understood question, how to frame question. So question, WH words, है ना? Then helping verb, right? Sorry, helping verb, right? Then then the subject, right? And then verb. This is the question when we frame question with WH words. So WH words, after WH word, helping verb, WH word is followed by helping verb. Please keep in mind. So that is why was becomes after WH word or question word. Now next is infinitive constructions. Infinitive construction. It is time to take, infinitive and gerundial. To go, to write, to write, to listen, is to for to listen, is all infinitive. This is called infinitive. And another form of infinitive is that's a going, writing, and listening. These are called gerundial form. These are gerund or gerundial form. So infinitive versus gerundial. Infinitive to and gerundial ing. So please keep in mind. So here sentence when to take, to go, to, this is called infinitive. So it is time to take tea. So changes are, it is time for tea to be taken. To be taken. Changes is to take tea. So to and be and take, I told you that you have to use one helping verb and third form of main verb in every kind of sentence. So here we are following the same. To, then be taken. So to be taken, to be gone, to be written, something like. It is time to write an application to the director. So it is time to be written an application to the director, like this. Okay, so this is called infinitive construction. Okay, two. Okay, now verbs of perception. Verbs of perception, five sense organs we have, right? Ear, eyes, tongue, right? Smell and skin. So ear, eyes, eyes, ear, eyes, nose, skin, and tongue. These are the five sense organs. So here five sense organs: listening, right? Watching, smelling, feeling, and tongue taste. So for such verbs are called verbs of perception, which we through which we perceive the world, understand the world. For these type of sentences where verb of perception is used, that what's the changes? Let us see. I saw him crossing the road. So changes, I saw him, right, crossing the road. So here, first of all, him becomes he, saw means was seen. Very simple. And then crossing the road by me becomes at last. He, I becomes me. Simple, very simple. The same rule we are following. I saw him. Forget other part. I saw him. So he was, because singular was, see becomes seen, saw becomes seen, right? And then crossing the road, and then in between crossing the road by me. Simple sentence, very simple. You just have to adjust crossing the road here in between by me. This crossing. So the same changes. So I saw, he was seen crossing the road by me. Like this. Then eighth one is it is said or believed. It is said or believed. Active voice. People say that he is genius. So people say that. So that is why that he is genius. Please notice that he is genius. It is said that. People say that, so it will become it is said that. Or he is said. He is said to be a genius. To be a genius. You should keep in mind this sentence. People says that. So people says that. So sentence for this is it is said or it is believed. Use of it is said or it is believed in case of sentence starts with people. People says that he is a genius. It is said that he is a genius, right? So this is different kind of sentence, but you should keep in mind. And when sentence starts with people says, believes or something, so you should add one phrase, that is it is said. It is said, and then continue that he is genius. That's a opinion. So that he is genius, someone says, someone opines, so you just have to write this way, right? Okay. The negative imperative. Negative imperatives means do not insult. This is again come imperative where we started this video. Imperative, suggestion, advice, order, command, request means sentence start with verb, directive verb. There is no subject because subject is implied and that is you only. And that is why sentence in imperative sentence which starts with verb directly. But here, suggestion. And for suggestion, negative imperative. Why? Because do not. Do not insult the poor. Remember, we discussed that sentence start with let, then the poor, not be. Do not be insulted. Or the poor should not be, because this is advice, and for advice should not can also be used. The poor should not be insulted. Beb, insulted, third form of main verb. This is the passive voice. But sentence that poor let the poor not be insulted, or the poor should not be insulted, both are passive voice of this. Do not, another example, do not go there. Do not go there. Let, do not write, I'm changing it because you will get confused. Uh, do not write this way, this article. Okay. So let the article not be written this way. This way. Do not skip the lunch. So the lunch, let the lunch not be skipped. Let the lunch not be skipped. Like this. Then last is complex objects. Complex objects, they elected him chairman. So they elected him. He becomes him becomes he was elected. That's a base. We have discussed many a time. Was elected, elect become, that is already elected. Third form is elected, second form is elected. So elected chairman, right, by them. He was elected chairman by them. Simple. He was elected chairman by them. So here we have seen 10 different types of sentences for active to passive voice. This is the quick summary. Here we can see for simple present tense, this is the active voice. In simple present tense, S or ES, and you just have to remember 8 helping verb is MR, is M, R, was, were, be, being, or been. Now, for simple present tense, you just for simple present tense is MR, is MR. For continuous is MR, that is the part only. So here you have to choose being for continuous tense. For past tense, second form was and were, and for been, for has, have, had, perfect tense, been, and for be, which is remaining, for will or shall. So please keep in mind all these. This is a very good summary. Here all eight. One, two, three, right, four, five, six, seven, eight. So these are the 8 helping verbs should be kept in mind, right? Thank you so much. God bless you.